Hi, it's Kathy Kress again, and I am back with my YouTube channel, Geriatric Care 1, and we are doing a segment now on if you want to move your aging parent in, should you? And if you are an aging parent, should you move in with your family, and how a geriatric care manager can help you. And we're going to talk now about some of the costs that I've mentioned before, and their renovations, because a lot needs to be done to a house to bring an older person into it. And how much will that cost? Hallways, and now basically there's a lot of building that's going on where the three-generation family is anticipated. So why, or even you aging in place if you're a baby boomer and the future baby boomers. So widening hallways, because you might need to have a wheelchair. Is that capable? Are you capable of affording that as your parent? The bathroom, it has to be renovated, and that's a good idea anyway. Putting grab bars in the shower, you have to do that. It's the most dangerous room in the world. Never think of it that way. Be able to slippery soap and water. The bathroom needs renovation. It needs grab bars. It needs a grab bar by the toilet. You need someone that can come in and really do an assessment and do a safe job. A geriatric care manager can do that. Some people really need a whole wing. My dad lived with us. We renovated the whole attic and built, essentially stairs up to it, and we had an office, a sitting room, a television room, and a bedroom, and a bathroom. You look at my house, you wouldn't think it's there, but it's pretty big, because that's how we could manage. And it cost $40,000 to do that, but they had their space and they really couldn't get up the stairs, but they would call and we'd always go down, and it worked out fine. But that was cheap compared to what the Renovation magazine, I think, estimates that the average other suite would be $100,000. Can you afford that? Do you have something that you can renovate? Stairs, older people they don't do well on stairs. A chairlift's very expensive. Or can you locate them downstairs? A ramp, a lot of older people need a ramp. Can you install that? Extra bedroom, you do need an extra bedroom. An older person cannot move into your teenager's bedroom. It's not a good idea. And so do you have an extra bedroom where they can have privacy? My dad and my mother-in-law had one. And just because I moved them in does not mean you should either. Because I am a geriatric care manager, I knew how to handle this. And even that was really incredibly emotionally tough for me. Is somebody going to give up their bedroom? I don't think a good idea. It's really good for a geriatric care manager to have a family meeting about all this. And that's a skill that they have. Before the older person moves in, before you make that decision. And really figuring out, what does everybody expect? Like, because it's all like, we don't know really what's going to happen. What do you expect? Are you going to share the TV? I mean, that's it. I don't even like television, but my dad had a television. I had an eighth grader when my dad moved in. She loved him, though. She had her TV, and then my dad has TV, and my husband had a TV. Everybody got their own TV. I don't watch it. But, it was hard to share, because they wouldn't. My dad watched BBC and Channel 9, which is, BBC. What is the family fearful about? What are your teenagers fearful about? Oh my God, Grandpa smells. Whatever it is, it needs to really come out, not with a family meeting where you're running it. It needs an objective third party that can really elicit everybody's opinion and get some consensus there. Will you share cooking? And I talked about that. So a family meeting is a really good idea to really get everyone's feelings out, and what are the objections and how do you override the objections. Sort of like a salesperson, but you're not selling anything here. You're really figuring out, is this a good major move? And then you've got the parents' furniture, and I talked about that earlier. It's really important because furniture for an older person, and even for you, is your history. You know, it's all the pictures that you have of, you know, the past. It's, you know, the rocker that someone gave you, you know, the couch that you bought with your husband, the older person bought with their husband. Sometimes antiques. You know, are they going to be able to fit into your house? Probably not. And what does the older person need to bring that gives them a sense of continuity? You know, and that's really, really important, because they can't give up everything. I mean, even when you move somebody into a facility, you really consider that. So how are you going to deal with that? And there's a wonderful website, Grandma's Yellow Pie Plate, done by the University of Minnesota, that really talks about how to have one of these meetings. And it's not the titled property that people fight about. It is the salt and pepper shaker collection. I always say that, people have heard me say it over and over again, but that was in Grandma's house, and you know, everybody loved it, and they'll fight to the death over that. It's the silver, not because the silver is worth anything, it's because it means the family. I know I have a pig pitcher that my grandchildren all covet, and we have a big sign outside in the garden that says Mystic Street. There's 10 grandchildren lined up that want the damn sign. Excuse me, I'm from New Jersey. So, basically, and then you go to, how are you going to, you know, how do you divvy this up? Do the siblings take it and you have this meeting and you do that fairly? Do you have a consignment shop that's going to deal with it? If it's art, is it auctioned off? What goes to Goodwill? This is a fairly serious endeavor. So you have to consider that before you move an older person in. And I will see you next time. My website's kathykress.com, and you may see, I think, pictures of my dad, my mother-in-law, and maybe all of us. Thank you.